I didn't gain any advantage. Tell me what the hell the foul is. I need things to be all the way the whole time.
Michael Todd is quite possibly one of the most infamous figures in the world of professional arm wrestling. His stock amongst fans goes up and down almost as erratically as his worldwide rankings, and his training style is nearly as controversial as his unapologetic and, according to some, misplaced self-confidence. After many iterations of the monster Michael Todd, his latest comeback seems one for the books though, with Michael looking possibly stronger than ever. I am the Arm Historian, and this video serves as somewhat of a sequel to my earlier Rise and Fall video on Michael Todd. If you haven't checked it out, do so before watching this one, and be sure to like the video if you enjoy my content. After an incredible climb in his competitive arm wrestling career and several ups and downs along the way, by January of 2023, Michael found himself trying to redeem his previous loss on the East vs West stage. The last time he was here, in May the year before, he lost a hard-fought match against the Georgian Revaz Lutidze. Talking about Revaz, where the hell is he lately? This time, however, Michael dropped weight and was set to face the Kazakhstani athlete Kidergali Angerbayev for the 105kg title. The super match turned out not to be an easy one for either of the athletes and was a veritable demonstration of advanced arm wrestling technique. During the match, Michael became visibly very upset and didn't shy away from expressing this at various points throughout.
Whoa. What the f***? I'm not fucking down. That is not humorous. Because that's not. I'm doing nothing wrong.
I've seen Michael Todd in the King's move really underneath.
Let me see the video.
I don't see that round.
No. First one was a foul. This was y'all's bobble shit. Hang on. Y'all said if it comes off, that's a foul. If I didn't gain any advantage. I need things to be all the way the whole time. Not just when the foreigners are doing shit.
Someone do Mike a favor. Tell him to be quiet.
I want to know where I gained
Stop crying, young man. It's getting really hard to watch.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, my elbow came up.
After the dust settled, Kidergali took the win, and by doing so, maintained his title. With the MonsterMichaelTodd YouTube channel taking off and several other social media accounts doing well, the Todds decided to capitalize and managed to secure a partnership with the popular sports supplements and energy drink brand Redcon One. The company would sponsor Michael Todd as he would once again travel the country while arm wrestling, but this time with the rather lofty goal of winning 100 first place trophies at various arm wrestling tournaments. At first, the promotional tour seemed to be going well, with Rebecca and Michael Todd documenting them traveling the country and participating at several tournaments. However, in February of 2023, Michael would make the ultimately disastrous decision of participating in the NatFit arm wrestling tournament in Kansas City, Missouri. During one of his matches that night, Michael would accrue another in a long list of recent injuries, this time tearing his right bicep tendon. Maybe Michael had underestimated the level of the field out there, or the strain trying to get 100 tournament wins would put on his body. Whatever the case, he seems to have paid the price for his hubris in spades. The injury threw a serious curveball at the Todds, who were relying on their new sponsorship and the tour that came with it. Although Michael still finished the tournament where the incident happened, on the left arm, he soon after talked to a physician to get the damage assessed. Michael was told he could no longer use the arm in any competitive capacity for the foreseeable future, and it would even require surgery along with extensive rehab. In order to further aid his recovery, Michael decided to undergo several stem cell injections, something he claims had worked for him in the past. This time, around early 2024, he allegedly received a total of $100,000 worth of stem cell treatments over a dozen or so occasions. He also continued to put out content during this time, and in a relatively short time frame was back to training in one capacity or another.
I wholeheartedly, 100% believe the best is yet to come. And how I can say that is I know I'll do the work.
Some people were quick to comment that he was overexerting himself so quickly after his injury and would only get injured again in quick succession. Only 1 year after the extensive injury, Michael announced he would return to the table for an official super match, as part of his Monster Factory promotion. The match was pretty clearly set up as somewhat of a soft transition back into the swing of things, but Michael's opponent proved anything but soft.
This doesn't matter in rankings and shit like that. It matters to me on finding out where I'm at. Am I as strong as I think I am? Or have I been living in false reality and I got a lot of work to do?
Pavlo put up a serious fight, but in the end lost to a now seemingly fully recovered Michael. In the aftermath of the super match, many people commented about how good Michael looked on the table and how his hand even seemed stronger than before. After this successful outing, Todd received an invitation to East vs West 12 and would face the Italian Frank Lamparelli. Lamparelli's stock was rising, and many people gave the Italian a good chance to win the heavyweight match, considering Michael's recent recovery and return to the sport. Lamparelli managed to win the battle after a long first round, but ultimately lost the war, having seemingly tired himself out and losing the next 3 rounds to a seemingly strong and somewhat versatile Michael. On June the 1st of 2024, Michael was yet again invited to compete at King of the Table, with his last outing for the promotion being the infamous loss versus Devon Larratt in 2021. This time, however, Michael would be facing the Norwegian veteran of the sport, Lars Rorbakken. Lars was trying to cement his own comeback and had become known for his versatility on the table. On the day itself, though, Michael proved too strong for the Norwegian and took a handy 6-0 win. The match was not only a showcase of Michael's strength, but also showed that he could still switch up his style and clearly still had quite a formidable press on top of his open top roll or King's move. Only a little over 2 months later, Michael would continue his success story at the most prestigious tournaments in the sport by ranking in another super match win at East vs West 14. The Polish presser Kamil Jablonski came into the match confident, but by this time, the public wasn't quite as quick to dismiss the chances of Michael winning. Indeed, our titular American took down Kamil 3-0 as his signature open top roll was too much for the Polish powerhouse to handle. Michael was climbing the ladder once again, and this time at a blistering pace. He would get the chance to go up yet another rung when he got the call to battle the notorious Georgian Genadi Kvikvinia. Kvikvinia was himself getting back to the sport after an injury and was eager to dismantle Michael's ascendancy and restart his own. On the other hand, the two had met on the table all the way back in the second edition of East vs West, where Genadi accrued a convincing win over Michael, something which must have motivated Michael to avenge that loss at East vs West 15. The match was a true display of power and tenacity and came down to the wire in round 5, where Michael finished with a blisteringly fast press off the go.
Don't move, go! Ready for the go, and Mike! It is the pin! Mike gets it!
After his significant victory against the Georgian force of nature, Genadi Kvikvinia, some segments of the arm wrestling community were quick to lobby criticism, not only at Todd's unconventional pulling style or emotional outbursts during the match, but also for gaining advantages through false starts. One poster on Reddit said, quote, "Arm fully straight, is Genadi supposed to break his arm to win?" While another post reads, "Look at this position Michael has even before go, it's a clear false start. That's what pure cheating looks like," unquote. I personally don't really see it, and consider Michael's win versus Genadi a deserved and valid one. Despite the usual online criticism, this match also made Michael's already high stock rise even more, which in turn might lead to more high-profile match opportunities in his near future. Indeed, to start the new year off with a bang, it has been confirmed that Michael Todd will be facing the top 5 ranked elite Italian Ermes Gasparini. The two have faced each other once before in 2017 in a WAF organized super match, and a hotly contested one at that. Michael won that day, taking the victory over Ermes Gasparini 3-2. Quite a bit of controversy surrounded this match then, and indeed even today it is still quite often talked about in the context of Michael using the King's move or a bone lock to eke out a victory. In this upcoming rematch of sorts, taking place in early February, the two will now attempt to find out who benefited most from those extra years of experience. If Michael manages to win this match, it would undoubtedly catapult him right back to the upper echelons of the arm wrestling elite, and it might also put him on the fast track to face the Georgian Hulk for the #1 spot, a potential matchup that has been a long time in the making, and one that I'm sure Michael has been longing for a very long time. When talking about his recent victories and planned matches, Michael seems to have been referring to God and his faith more frequently than before, perhaps hinting at some kind of spiritual awakening in the athlete. Whatever may be the cause of MonsterMichaelTodd's recent resurgence at the highest level of the sport, divinely inspired or otherwise, I'm personally happy it's happening and hope it will continue for a long time to come. It doesn't really matter what your opinion on Michael Todd as an arm wrestler is. At the end of the day, he's someone who leaves his all on the table every time. And I have yet to watch a singular Michael Todd match that was not entertaining. Thank you for watching, and a big shout out to all the armies and fingerfolk. There are more of you than ever before, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Arm Historian, out.